Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
No sleep till dun 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 dun. Oh, sorry. What up, y'all? It's KMB the Sex Ninja in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe. And this is the New World Podcast, brother. Welcome to December to Dismember. We're talking about SmackDown, December 1st, 2023. Where has the time gone, folks? We're in Brooklyn, New York. Kevin Patrick, Corey Graves, Michael Cole, all on commentary. We start the show off with Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE. You know, I do like Bianca. I think Bianca's a really great talent, but she needs to do something different. I've said this before, you know, I've had people like, why are you hating on Bianca? I'm not trying to hate it. She just needs, I don't know, when she came back, I was like, hey, Bianca's back. And then it's just like the same thing, you know? It's just one of those things like, and then you can say that with Charlotte. You can say that with Bayley. You can say that with everybody. But, I don't know. I want to see Bianca go heel. That's what I want. I want to see what Bianca could do to go heel, you know. And I know a lot of women, a lot of little girls, they all look up to Bianca. So, you know, it's probably pretty hard to be like, yeah, we're going to take this really hardcore babyface and then she's just going to become this monster of a heel, you know. And she's like I said, very, very talented. I don't know. It's just something, she just needs to change a little something, you know, just to keep staying fresh. But I know WWE probably is like, we don't want to do that right now, you know. There's a lot of, you know, people that look up to her, you know, kids, and, you know, and it's just one of those things like, how can you take that mega babyface superstar, and that's what, you know, as a representation of the company and everything that's good in this world and everything like that, and a very force to be reckoned with, you know, a very true blue babyface. That's what Bianca is, but I just really want her to go heel. I want to know what heel Bianca Belair is going to be, or would be, in the multiverse of the WWE, you know. Well, she gets interrupted by Damage Control. Damage Control comes out after a hellacious War Games. One of my favorite matches of this year was the Women's War Games match. You know, and man, I was waiting for, like, slowly they're kicking out Bayley of Damage Control, but they came out, no Bayley with them first, and, you know, they're like, hey, you know, we're going to take you out, Dakota Kai, and Asuka's looking great, you know, she has that, you know, her makeup is looking fantastic, and they're like, yeah, we're going to attack you, then here comes Charlotte, here comes Shotzi for the save, and this was the interesting part after all this. This Damage Control's backstage, and Bayley's like, hey, what happened? I could have helped you, huh? What's going on? And they're like, yeah, whatever, Bayley. Maybe you could be out there for, you know, we got a match between Bianca and Kairi Sane. Maybe you can be out there. We'll see. But I think that Io's going to take the reins of this group. And I think we're going to get a Bayley that's going to turn face. Now, that's a real interesting thing with Bayley turning face. I don't know. Like, I think we're going to have a Damage Control versus a Bianca Belair, a Charlotte, and Shotzi with Bayley helping them as well. You know, I just feel it's going to happen. And it'll probably might happen at Royal Rumble, or it might happen sooner than that. It might even happen on a SmackDown. Tribute to the Troops is next week. You know, I know that we already have Asuka and Charlotte, which I'm very excited for. Give me Asuka and Charlotte all the time. You know, those two can tear it up. So I'm thinking at a certain point we're going to get a turn with Bayley going face and joining the other side and taking out what she created, and that is Damage Control. First match of the night, which I had a lot of fun with. I didn't think I really was, but Butch versus Bobby Lashley. Of course, Street Profits on the outside. Bobby got the win. Butch, he's, you know, his homie's gone. He just took off on him last week, and he's like, yeah, I haven't heard from him. He hasn't even heard from Sheamus in months, you know, because we got an interview with him backstage, and he's just like, yeah, you know, I'm going to fight. But he gets interrupted by Pretty Deadly. Yes, boy! And they beat him down leaving Butch there. I just like what Pretty Deadly's like, you're alone. You're alone, you know. But Bobby Lashley got the win over Butch, and man, you know, I like what Bobby said. He's like, when I told you to go make a name for yourself, you know, I didn't expect you to pick a fight with me. And he goes, and then when the crowd started chanting, Bobby, Bobby, he goes, that's a name. And I'm like, damn, Bobby. Ooh, I love Bobby Lashley. Oh, love him. I want him to be a champ again. So, and get the Street Profits some gold, too, around the waist. Tag team. Nick Aldis is backstage, and Paul Heyman interrupts because we find out that the Viper, Randy Orton, is here, and Nick wants to sign him to a WWE SmackDown contract. Paul doesn't like that. He says, did you discuss this with our tribal chief? And Nick comes back with like, hey, look here, bitch. It says, and it states, in order to keep contact with the tribal chief, I must talk to Paul Heyman. So consider this a notice that, yes, the Viper, I'm going to try to get him to sign a contract for SmackDown. And Paul didn't like that. And Paul's like, call Roman Reigns. I want that to be my ringtone. I really do. I just want Paul Heyman's voice come up out of nowhere. Call Roman Reigns. That would be a badass one. Santos Escobar. Oh, God, I love this new Santos so much. Versus Joaquin Wilde. Of course, Santos got the win. You know, he goes backstage. He cuts a promo. You know, well, he cuts a promo before the match. And he's looking great. That little tiny shirt on him looks so adorable. It looks so cute. He's got a shirt, and I must have that shirt. But do I need more shirts? You know, Santos got the win. Joaquin, he looks all right. He looked good for, you know, it's my first time really seeing him in a long time wrestle. So, but afterwards, you know, of course, he has to beat down Wilde. He starts beating him down. Here comes Dragon Lee. That feud ain't over. Santos and Dragon Lee. Let's keep it coming. Keep it coming. Nick's backstage. Logan Paul's coming up next. He talks to Logan. He's like, hey, man, welcome aboard. Here we go, our U.S. champ. And then we get Nick and Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is like, hey, who are you to sign Randy Orton? I'm here with a contract of my own, mother lover. You know, I'm going to get Randy to join us on Raw. And Nick's like, Nick is smooth as he is. He's like, good luck. Good luck. Logan Paul comes out. There's a moment where he's like, yeah, now that I'm on top, and I go, ah, rah, 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 rah. I was like, doing some Randy Orton shenanigans. It's funny, it's like, I told my boss the other day, I was talking to somebody, I was like, man, I was talking about a Logan Paul match. I think it was Logan and Roman. And someone's like, Logan Paul's in WWE? I'm like, yeah, he is. I was like, have you not? I was like, do you follow Logan Paul? They're like, no, he's a douchebag. I was like, yes, outside of WWE, Logan Paul is a douchebag. But I like WWE Logan Paul. And I like the fact that when Kevin Owens comes out, they got face-to-face because Logan says he talked to Nick and says there's going to be a tournament to determine who's going to be the number one contender for the United States Championship. And this is one of my favorite things of this moment between Logan and when Kevin Owens comes out and interrupts him. He goes, you call yourself a prize fighter, but I can knock you out in five more than I need, blah, 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 blah. And Kevin Owens does this great thing where he takes that and he's like, yeah, that's in a different world. Now you're in my world. I was like, what a save to, the key to protect the business itself. It's all about the business, brother. And he protected it by saying like, yeah. That's different world. This is my world, and I can knock your ass out if I want to. And I was like, man, the wording of how Kevin said that is some OG shit right there. But of course, here comes Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, and they come out. They're like, hey, Logan, we're giving him his flowers and stuff, and Grayson Waller and Austin Theory's talking, you're one single punch. He just punches Austin Theory and gets him out of the ring. Then we go into our match between Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller. Kevin Owens gets to win after they tried breaking his hand. The hand is the weak spot and everything like that. But Kevin Owens gets to win, and Logan Paul's on commentary. Man, the one thing I was like getting kind of ticked off with is like, yes, Kevin's big. He ain't. I think Kevin's thick. I don't think he's fat. Like that was all Logan Paul had on him. He's like, yeah. Every time I look at him, I want to go to McDonald's. oh yeah, he's a big dude. I was like, come on, dude. Like, I know that's his antics, that he's the schoolyard bully. Just because you don't look like him, he's gonna make fun of the way you look. But I want Kevin. Even though I like Logan Paul in WWE, I want Kevin Owens to win this tournament and go whoop that ass. Whoop that ass at the Royal Rumble. Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. That sounds nice. And Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, I don't know what we're doing with them. This whole A-Town Down Under thing, they're really gaining no traction. They're just feuding with Kevin, and they get their ass kicked every time. CM Punk is going to be back next week on SmackDown for the Tribute to the Troop show. 21 years, I believe Michael Cole said. I was like, damn. And CM Punk is back. He's home, like it or not. I posted some clips on my YouTube channel and some other things, and I see the division in the middle about CM Punk. And love him or hate him, man, he's a conversation, and he's moving merch. He is moving merchandise. And as funny as on the DVR, when I watch SmackDown and Rampage back-to-back, his face is still on the Rampage logo. And I think he's still on the Collision logo, the show that was created just for him, to be a part of, and another show for them to sail, And I think it's Bryan Danielson's show. I don't know. But I for one, at this point, I am happy CM Punk's back. I know I've had my questions of things, this and that, but seeing him in WWE and in WWE ring, I was just like, the possibilities are endless. And what he said too, it really resonated with me, with him being an old school guy. He's like, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make money. Because it's about the business, brother, And I know Seth probably is not happy in real life with CM Punk being there, but he's got Punk's getting more eyes on the product. I know eyes are already on the product. WWE's on a hot streak right now, but they're even hotter now they got CM Punk. It's just like, what's next? We got the Royal Rumble coming up, and it's like, who's going to show up next? It's crazy. I mean, like, right now, WWE is an unstoppable force, and they're selling out arenas. Now they're going global with their pay-per-views. So I'm glad Punk's home. That's just for me. And one of my favorite matches of all time is Punk and John Cena. It was on a Monday Night Raw, and it's one match that I watch like consistently, at least 4 or 5 times a year, because it's one of my favorite matches. Bianca Belair has Charlotte and Shotzi outside the ring versus Kairi Sane with Damage Control outside the ring. And this match was sloppy. I'm not going to lie. Kairi and Bianca have no chemistry whatsoever. Bianca just seemed like she was dominating the whole time. I know that's the story we're trying to tell because she's bigger than Kairi and everything like that. But Kairi just was not giving. And this match is just, like, I got to say for Bianca matches, this is probably, like, the sloppiest of sloppy of matches, just because they just didn't click. Someone tell me I'm wrong. Like, they just did not click. Bianca got the win, but there was moments where you can hear Bianca, like, get up, come on, let's go, let's do this, yeah, come on, And I could hear the frustration in her voice with Kairi. And Kairi really got no offense, and of course they had a Damage Control title help Asuka, then Charlotte trips Kairi and everything like that. Then they get ejected out of the ring. Then here comes Bayley, and of course, this is gonna. Well, let me get to that. But Bayley tries to help, but Bianca got the win. And I was like, oh, thank God this match is over. But before they came out, Damage Control, Io Sky's back there, Bayley was back there with them, and Io's like, you stay back here. And that's where I saw the change of the leadership go, is to the champ, which I feel is appropriate. The champion should be running the group, and now we're kicking Bayley out. And now she has another strike against her because it looks like she got Kairi Sane to lose her match to Bianca. There's going to be repercussions, and we'll see next week, and that makes me want to tune back in. Besides this match being real sloppy, I am excited to see what happens with Bayley and Damage Control next week. Randy Orton's here. He comes out, and we got Nick Aldis and Adam Pearce in the ring. They call out Randy. They both got contracts in their hands. I love contract signings because they got the little logos on the books and whatnot. And I really liked Adam's like, hey, whoever wins Jey Uso and Seth on Monday upcoming Monday, you can take on the champ next. I'll give you that. Then Nick Adams is like, hey, I will give you something more. And I love Nick and Adams back and forth, especially backstage. Ever since Nick's been here, this whole back and stage banter between the two. But he goes, hey, Randy, I will give you something he cannot give you. The bloodline. This and that. So, and then here comes Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman's like, this is a travesty. You need to go back to Raw, Randy. That's where you're safe. You're tribal chief and everything like that. And he goes, and you know who took you out? The bloodline. And that's what we're going to do. Here comes Solo. Here comes Jimmy. Nick and Adam get outside the ring. And then Randy's trying to fight back. But it's the number game. And here comes L.A. Knight. I was like, LA Knight, shit, why not? And it helps. And LA and Solo fight all the way to the back. Jimmy's in there. He gets RKO'd. And Randy takes the contracts from Nick and Adam, and he's looking at them, throws the Raw one away, signs it then and there, and he tells Paul, like, hey, tell your tribal chief Daddy's home. And I'm like, oh, shit, calling it now. At the Royal Rumble, we're going to get Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. Holy shit. Like, it has to happen. We got 2 months to build to this now. And Randy is going after Roman, and he's going after the bloodline. And I'm just like, okay. Put him on the shelf for that long. He's going to come back even more vipery and just bite everybody at RKO. So Randy Orton, and then here's my favorite part is Nick comes in. He's like, yeah, I won. And then he gets RKO'd. Randy's like, whoopsie. He's like, yep, fuck it. And Randy does his pose, and bada bing, bada boom, we're off to the races. And that was SmackDown, December 1st, 2023 in Brooklyn, New York. Kevin Patrick, Corey Graves, Michael Cole on commentary. What a fun show. Besides the Bianca and Kairi Sane match, I gotta say my favorite match tonight was gonna be Kevin Owens versus Grayson Waller. I had a lot of fun with Butch and Bobby Lashley. I really enjoyed the banter between Logan and Kevin Owens. Really loved the ending with Randy. Loving what's going on with Damage Control, all the storytelling and everything like that. So I give this show a solid 4 out of 5. It was just that Bianca Belair Kairi Sane match that just did not sit well with me. So 4 out of 5, but I love the storytelling we're telling. Tell me what you thought of the show. Drop those comments below. Are you excited for Tribute to the Troops? Because CM Punk is going to be here next week on SmackDown. Is he going to be on Raw too? Where's Punk going to be? Where's Punk going to go? He's what do they call him? He's a not freelancer. I can't think of the word. He's an open contract guy. He can either go to SmackDown or he can go to Raw, and I think he's going to stay on Raw, though. But he'll make the rounds throughout the shows. And Randy Orton now is a staple in SmackDown, and I'm okay with that. Very okay with that. All right, y'all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. Drop those comments below. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like. And then share it with your grandma. Share it with your grandpa. Share it with the bum down at Walmart. I think I already said that. I am sorry. Go to ProWrestlingTees.com/New World Podcast. Get that nWp logo created by Penta X. And thank you for everybody in the feedback of the Sexy Ninja Cast, the podcast called 35. Just got a lot of thoughts on my mind, and I got it out on that. And everyone enjoying the New World Podcast, I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. That's all. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
RKO to Aldis! Never turn your back on the Viper!